Learn, yeah. I've written a book.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'm in the process of writing a book. It's called My Pregnancy Journey. So
Oh, yeah.
you can order it off of Amazon, and then you can fill it out, and it gives you all of like what the NHS says. So there's some things that people don't tell you when you're pregnant, and it was like that's what I've put in there. So the bits that everyone knows, I've left out. So it's the bits that you don't know, like on week 34, you need to go and have your 34-week test done with the midwife, and the 36, because that's when they pick up preeclampsia. If you don't go, it can risk your life.
Yeah.
So I've just put things like that in there. I've published 2 notepads as well.
What inspired you to do that?
I'm dyslexic, and when like Harlequin and Pepsi start talking to people, it's like, well, they go, well, what do you think she's saying? So I just come out with things. It was like, oh, hi, what are you doing? Are you coming over here? You come to see me? No? What do you want? Why are you coming in here? Why are you standing there? Are you going to come in or are you staying out? And that's just got my mind thinking, and like, I'm trying to get someone who can draw cartoon versions of them. So yeah, I've got all that going in my head as well as running a business, working 6 days a week. So yeah, it's just.
So how did that lead to you writing a pregnancy guide though?
Lily's my inspiration about that, because I've only ever carried up to 16 weeks.
Yeah.
So I never knew past 16 weeks.
Yeah.
But each one of my pregnancies was different, except for the things that no one told me. That was always the same. But all the other ones of my pregnancies, I've been pregnant 7 times. And every one of them was different, except for the bits that people can tell you about.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Lily's my inspiration about that. Because I said, oh, could you write in a journal, like, so you got week 28, and then I've put day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you go for a blood test, you put that down.
You put the results in and all that kind of thing. Yeah, good idea, yeah.
So yeah, that's my rhyme or reason. I've got another 4 notebooks, journals going. They'll be uploaded to Amazon tomorrow. And then I've got academic diaries going up, but they're like year 6 academic diary, year 7. So it's not for them to put stuff in at school, it's what's happening during that time.
Right.
So like in year 6, because the front cover will say year 6, and all the internal pages will say year 6. So
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
I'm doing the top as well.
No, I'll do that, because we've got a party on Saturday, so I want it fresh for that. And if I leave it, if it's not long enough, it makes it hard to bring down.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just the beard today. Although you can see the beard really does need doing. This was nearly an emergency appointment. We're getting to that point. It's really been driving me mad.
It looks like you've been singed because it's gone long, but like that.
Yeah. I've got oil in it, but I think it's because it just needs the ends taken off and tidying up.
Well, let me just comb it out.
You're speaking to Lisa. How may I help you?
Look at the nice length of that compared to that.
Yes, that's right. Would you like a quick?
So what have you been up to then, anyway?
Okay.
We've had a week off with the kids, so we've been, instead of going on holiday, we're having a bit of a staycation. We've been taking them out and doing activities. We had a what did we do? First one, we cycled around Rutland Water. We've been out to Hunstanton. Really busy, really. We've got quite a lot in. And we went to Go 8 yesterday.
Okay.
In Woburn.
So, right. I was in Woburn on the 13th.
Is the benefit amount can be paid in advance if you're diagnosed as being terminally ill?
No worries.
For greater peace of mind, you can add cover for your children or for critical illness.
That's good to know.
people on
Our
Loxley
claiming
Barbers
process is
helping
really
out.
straightforward, and as a thank you, you'll get back 10% of your first year's premiums.
Yeah,
That's the
for
smart cashback.
today.
Great. I'll go ahead. With Smart Insurance, you
Yeah,
can protect your
is
family's
it for
future.
yourself
Take
or
it
is
to
it
policy
for
and receive your
agency?
choice of a free £100 gift card. Call
Okay,
0800
would you like
652
to
9204
or just
or
a
visit
record?
smartinsurance.co.uk.
Save on every range with great savings on sofas
Like
and
I'm
games in the
okay.
holiday
It's
sale.
12:20 okay, or would you like later on this afternoon?
Hello, my dear Watson. Fine, cold,
It is 11 o'clock now.
Sherlock Holmes' mysterious world of crime.
my conjecture
Okay.
is that he'll be murdered. Murdered? I didn't kill Lloyd Brandon. Has anyone said you did?
No, not if you're having your calculator. I can just show it here. So I can book you in for 3:30 because that's in help.
Something grotesque about this business.
Is that too late?
Season, Saturdays
12:20.
on Sky Arts.
Yeah, what's your name, please? And can I take the contact number, please? Yeah. It's a lot of
This is the Sky News Today with Wilfred Frost. It's 11 o'clock. Your headlines.
it's not late.
Russia opens a criminal investigation as Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin is reportedly
I do accept cards,
killed
yes.
in a plane crash north of Moscow. If
And
confirmed, the death of the man known as Putin's chef comes exactly 2 months after he led a failed
it's
mutiny
32
against Russia's military leaders.
no
Also this
problem.
morning,
See you
released
soon.
for some
Bye-bye.
GCSE students, but the overall pass rating of the full
Sorry about that, Simon.
No worries at all.
Backlog of asylum cases in the UK. It's a record high, up 40%.
So yeah, I'm basically doing all this. So a couple of people have approached me and asked me if I've got any merchandise.
State of Georgia charged with
It's
attempting to
like,
overturn
no.
the 2020 presidential
What
election
sort
result.
of merchandise are you after? And it's like, oh, notepads, diaries, and that's another reason why I
A
thought
very good
about it.
morning to you. Russia has opened a criminal
Is
investigation.
this your fans online, is it?
I've had a couple of emailing me, yeah, asking me if I've got any merchandise, and it's like,
It's 2 months since Prigozhin led a failed coup against the country's
and
military
it's
leaders.
like, what sort of
Former
merchandise
ally
did you
turned
get from
enemy of Vladimir
Barbers?
Putin has been named as one of 10 people killed.
Unless
in a
it's like
private jet
jumpers.
I was thinking like t-shirts. It's all advertising though, isn't it? I mean,
I
if you
know.
can flog them, the thing is, it's ordering them in quantities big enough to make it cheap enough to make it worth selling, isn't it? That's what it boils
Yeah.
down to.
Our Moscow correspondent Diana Magnate has our first report.
Well, I have looked at,
There is just a
you know, like Chroma Sports, they're the ones who've done all this.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Now to get this dress done, I'm talking about 10 years ago now where I had this done, that was £15 for one dress. Just to, the dress was mine.
Oh
but
right,
just
to
have-
get the embroidery, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's an economy of scale thing, isn't it? So if you get enough done all in one go, then I think it brings the cost down significantly. But obviously you've got to be able to shift them then.
Yeah.
But then I suppose I mean like hoodies and t-shirts don't go out of date, do they? So you know.
No. It's having the money there in
The capital, that's true, yeah,
To
to actually buy them in the
purchase
first instance, yeah, true enough.
I've got 460 subscribers now on YouTube. I think I only had 300, didn't I, the last time I saw you?
Oh, I can't remember.
But even that, I don't think it's going to be worth my while to...
No, I mean, even if they ordered one each, that's still not really going to be,
No, I'm going to be out of pocket.
yeah.
So that's another reason why I'm doing all of them. So I'm doing it under my name, but it's also, it's like the secondary author, is loxley.barbers.
Possibly somebody very senior.
But I've got two live at the moment. One is a notebook for candle lovers. Another one is
Senior members of the business communities.
for nurses.
As the news broke, President Putin appeared in a commemorative event for the World War II battle at Kursk, holding a minute's silence for the
But
Soviet dead.
all of the
Plane burned.
pages inside are
In the US, President
got
Biden
like a
had this to
watermark
say.
or an embellishment on them.
Hmm?
So the candle one has got a candle on each page. The nurse's one has got a nurse's hat on each page.
No doubt clarity will be a long time coming, but Prigozhin is a man who courts attention, and if he is not dead, then we will likely hear from him soon. And if he is, there will be no tears shed in the Kremlin. Sky News, Leningrad region, Russia.
Well, earlier I spoke to Diana, who's in St. Petersburg, and asked her how people in Russia have reacted to the Kremlin.
Well, I think it's pretty nuanced. Nobody really knew much about Prigozhin until the Battle of Bakhmut. And then I think he was regarded and recognized as a well-respected commander. People didn't know about his past, they didn't know he was formerly a caterer, they didn't know...
So what are you doing this weekend then?
It's my other half's 40th.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we're in a big party.
And have done very well for Russia around Bakhmut. And I think that public opinion turned and slipped after...
It's been your wedding anniversary, isn't it?
Yeah, we just had that, yeah, on the 20th.
This is first year.
First year, yeah. I've already lost my present that I got bought.
Oh no, what was it?
It was a pendant. When we were in Hunstanton, I noticed it had gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was pretty gutted about that. But it was on a split link thing, like a little split ring. That's the word. On a chain around my neck. And it's obviously, I think the ring was obviously not tight enough done up.
Yeah.
And it's just come off. So, yeah. One of those things, unfortunately.
And it does show you how many people here, especially in Petersburg, did.
So what did you get your lovely wife and...
Well, because it's paper, isn't it, the first anniversary, so I got her a... she loves books, but I didn't really want to go, it was too obvious.
Yeah.
So I got her a papyrus, ancient Egyptian print.
Oh, right.
And it's a King Tut and his wife. It was his wife presenting him with a flower.
Oh, right.
And it's a copy of an original.
No, I can't remember if his wife was Nefertiti?
No.
Or was that his mother?
I don't know. Definitely not his wife, though.
That Yevgeny Prigozhin, having really caused Vladimir Putin the most critical dangerous moment
his
of
wife,
his career, should
his
come
mum
to
or
a
his
sticky
dad's?
end. I think
One of
we
his
won't
dad's
know
wives.
what happened. There is a great deal of speculation. But one editorial I read this morning in one of the programs,
Yeah, I wanted to do
said, you know, the West will blame the Kremlin,
something a bit
the
different.
Kremlin will blame
Yeah.
the West, and of course on pro-Wagner channels it says traitors are responsible for this, Ukraine is responsible for this. But fundamentally, the Russians
I'm going to be doing some
will most likely just accept whatever narrative it is
book,
that
not
the
books,
Kremlin
like diaries.
Yeah.
Ready for Christmas. It was a like fantastic mum, fantastic dad.
And Sean, there's a lot of things that are uncertain at this point. What do we know for sure?
Our grandma's diary, our nan's diary.
So how do you design them then? I mean,
I've designed them all on Canva. So I work out the sizes that I want. So mainly everything is on 6x9. So I do that with the pages. I make up my pages 6x9. And then for every page I put an embellishment on there. And then I upload it onto Amazon. Like I said, I've got 2 live at the moment, and I've got some more going on live. So the journey, the pregnancy journey one, I'm doing it as a hardback and as a paperback.
so I'm assuming they print them to order then, do they, on Amazon?
Yeah. So everything is done via Amazon.
And presumably they take a cut, do they, of the...
Yeah, so I've got no initial outlay. I just got all like the designs, all that in my head, and I put them down. And I think with the 2 notepads or notebooks that I've got at the moment, they're on sale for £5.50.
Right.
Out of that £5.50, I've received £1.70. So it's not a bad investment.
No, I was going to say, given that they're doing...
They're printing it, they're distributing it. but they're both paperback. So all the ones going forward are going to be paperback and hardback.
The one that got forward again, so a little bit later in the video, we can now see just before the aircraft hits the ground, it looks like there's
So where I would sell the paperback for $5.50, the hardback would be like $9.50. Because it costs more to print them off. And I think with the printing cost for the 6x9, it's £2.38.
This was fair weather, it almost certainly wasn't a pilot.
But everything has to be declared through your tax. So you've got to have a UTR number and everything has to go through there.
But generally exposure inside low altitudes and tend to cause catastrophic damage to the cabin, whereas this is actually set in a wing. More likely, a service to MSR system will generally be looking at the meatiest bit of an aircraft, and that's where the wing spar joins the main fuselage, and that's where it would impact the aircraft. That would then certainly rip off a wing if you didn't badly damage it, and that's what we're seeing on the ground here.
And if President Putin did this with
I had a little bit of a dyslexic moment when I wrote the title out for the nurses one.
sincere lengths, I mean,
Got NIR.
on board
Yeah, I'll show you.
private aircraft. Why would you not let us see?
We've been talking about this for so long.
So it does say on the cover, it says nurses.
But the best analysis we can have is that after Yevgeny Prigozhin's aborted march on Moscow, we fully expect him to be.
So I have to
in reality, almost certainly
spell check everything.
powerful, and Putin needed to. He didn't want
So
to
the
make it
nurses
last.
one
The
is,
two pilots of
I've got
Yevgeny
NIRDE. I was
this
trying to
was
write nurse.
he was an
So
oligarch.
that's the nurses
That's
one.
gradually been dismembered.
Can you change that presumably?
No, I
That's
can't.
it now, is it?
So that's the nurses one, that's the nurse, but and I misspelled it.
Some of them have been brought into the Russian
I'll put it like that.
They've been taken off
So it's been published like that, but it says nurses on there, and that's the candle one.
The last we saw of Yevgeny Prigozhin, this image
So
was
that's
him
the
alone.
candle one,
We very rarely saw
and
him
it
without his
is
fighters. He was alone. Looks as if he was in Africa, probably touting for trouble.
candle themed
There
notebook.
is actually the Russian MOD is also applying.
So it's all under my name,
Putin doesn't want the Department of
and it's live, paperback live, paperback live.
When
There
this
you go.
appeared 2 days
So
ago,
it's
the
Published author.
sad image of
I'm a published author, yes.
Hairdresser, YouTuber.
Great stuff, thanks so much. And Sean will be
I'm
back.
trying to go with the times.
Fair enough.
And like everyone's going digital except for notepads.
Yeah, no, true
And
enough.
I done the nurses one because when Mum was in hospital, like remember she was in hospital for 7 months, the nurses would come out with pieces of paper
Yeah.
and they didn't have a notebook. Hence why I've done them a notebook so that they could put stuff in there, and it's just a 120-page notebook.
That's better, isn't it? Thank you.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So look at the foil one.
Yes, please. There's a bit already in there, but I don't know whether that would have penetrated that deep anyway, because it would take me a good
I'll take it a good
7 mil off, something like that. Now.
Rates in other nations are still higher. Top marks in Wales and Northern Ireland remain around 3 to 4%.
You don't have any oil on your moustache, though.
I didn't know, sorry.
Boys
No.
have narrowed the gender gap, with girls leading by 5.8 percentage
I think it's the moustache that makes the big difference. Once you start trimming that, it didn't half look a lot tidier.
Yes. Well, this bit here, I could, when I was combing it, it was turning up. So, and it was like, oh, should I just put a little bit of wax on it?
Not my style.
Right, let me just rinse my hands.
No worries.
Which is why the post-pandemic.
Well, the attainment gap was actually narrowing quite considerably from 2010 to before the pandemic. So under the Conservative government, it was going down 9.4%, which was amazing, and you know, we were really, really pleased with that. Now, it has taken a step back in the pandemic. We've put £5 million into catch-up. Nearly 4 million catch-up tutoring courses have been taken. That's a lot.
There you go.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're very welcome.